Welcome. On this video, I want to take a few minutes to talk about video content. The ability to be able to see just how great this idea works by way of approaching training as a learning-based exercise, especially, once you go to the opposite end of the spectrum in terms of how this idea is applied with those who identify as force-free, who are advocating a bribery-based approach. And why there's no accidents or coincidences in terms of the type of video content that you see or don't see. I'll talk about that when you go in and do an audit of their social media by way of their YouTube, Facebook. Now here's the thing, and again, always remember this statement, and I put this out there, that it's impossible to showcase bribery. There's a reason why you see content the way that you see it. And again, here's a great example. You go on to, say, Zach George on his video content, and you'll either see videos that look like infomercials. They're giving you kind of a very narrow window into this idea by way of appearances, but it lacks proper context. When I say lacks context, it means you see agreeableness by way of how these trainers are using treats to build bridges, but you're not seeing context by way of whether or not the perceptions of the dogs have actually changed the right way. And again, because those themes of bribery, accommodation, and negotiation are the same themes that are being used to build bridges by way of agreeableness. Just like the concept called behavioral adjustment training and counter conditioning. But again, it's the same thing. Now here's the thing about, again, content or what you see. Think about this, how this is being kind of exploited and manipulated by these trainers like Zach George. Same thing. You go on, or you see him struggling with these dogs, and then playing off this type of narrative. Well, it's just real, and identify with other people who struggle. And this goes into this article, that was put out through Victoria Stilwell's blog, talking about, a dog behavioralist admitting that, she owns a reactive dog herself. She can't resolve the behavioral problems, but she used that to identify with others. So understand how these trainers are playing. They're playing both sides of the fence here, the ideological fence. But again, understand there's always a reason for everything. There are no accidents or coincidences in the dog training world. It is no coincidence that you go on to the social media of these trainers and look at the video content and look at how it's presented. Absolutely no accident. Now you go on to my YouTube channel, and start looking at content. I show it, and in fact I talk through it. So I'm taking dogs that have very serious relationship problem by way of even aggression, but I go through, I show day by day my board and trains for a reason, and I talk through it for a reason, so you're able to reconcile what's happening and then coming out on the other side of a relationship problem. So again, I encourage you to really think about how the dog training community is marketing this idea that it's no accident why you see content the way that you see it. It's just how this idea is being sold as is to the public. Thanks for watching.